Welcome to session 7 of my progressive yoga series for beginners. We're going back to wide-legged poses facing this direction with Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, being added to the practice today. So just whenever you're ready, you still don't need a mat. You don't need any blankets or pillows today. Just coming, if you're using a mat, turning and facing forward. Knees face forward, second, third toes might face forward too. Feet are comfortable with distance apart. Wiggle your toes. And then when you're ready, lift all 10 toes up, arches wake up, balance out the weight, front and back, and inner and outer edges of the feet, then spreading the toes apart and lowering the toes down to the ground. Hips back over the back of your feet, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, hands to the heart, shoulders gently on the back, connect from the hips into the earth. Soften a bit through the knees and feel the breath moving through you. So air on the nostrils, feel how it fills. Feel your lungs moving with the breath and feel the air just moving you. Rib cage, skin, moving with the air, moving with the breath, connecting to the sensation. If you'd like, you can lengthen and deepen the breath. You can play with listening to your breath. So maybe closing your eyes and just hearing the breath moving in your body. And as you feel the breath moving through you, the breath moving you, just notice how you feel. So let yourself come into awareness of yourself. And notice how yourself feels. Breathe. And not denying or ignoring yourself, but instead welcoming it. And letting whatever be. Now, anything that might affect your practice, honor that. So modify, adjust, and adapt. That's fine. We'll start with an Om when you are ready. So exhale. Inhale deeply. Coming back into that deep connection of your breath. When you're ready, exhale, release the arms to the side. Inhale, arms come wide and reach up high. Exhale, the arms to the side. Inhale, arms come wide and reach up high. Exhale, arms to the side. Inhale, arms come wide, reach up high. Right hand can grab left wrist. Exhale, leaning over to your right, pressing down, or left, sorry. Exhale, leaning over to your left, pressing down to the right foot. And then inhale up to center. Right hand, left wrist. Exhale, lean to your right, pressing down to the left foot as much as the right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, release the hands to the side. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, back up to standing. Inhale, knees as wide apart as the feet, Utkatasana. Exhale, back up to standing. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, long spine, slide the hands down. Inhale, coming back up, keeping the spine extended the whole time as you exhale and slide down. Inhale and back up. Exhale, sliding down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, slide down and hold. And now inhale, long spine, lift your hips up higher if that works for you. And then exhale and bend the knees. So if when you lift your hips up, if your back were to start to round, you would not go that far. Inhale, lift your hips up higher. And then here, if you would like to, you can exhale and gently fold in. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, long spine all the way up. Exhale, connect from the hips into the earth. Inhale, arms can come wide, reach up high. Exhale, hands back down. This might take a few breaths. You're going to slowly shoot the hips back with a long spine. Slide the hands down the legs. And at the very end, lifting the hips up some and gently folding in if that works for you. Then inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, long spine all the way up. Hands might come high into the sky. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, arms come wide, reach up high. Exhale, long spine until near the end, but moving faster, folding. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, long spine, hands all the way up. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Connect from the hips into the earth, breathing here. Remember, hips back over the back of your feet. And then go ahead, release your hands and turn and face wide to the side. With your knees soft, you can heel toe your feet wider apart, coming into a width that you have to work a little bit if that's appropriate for you today, but no place that you feel like you're crazy that you're going to fall over or injure yourself. And then turning knees and toes to face forward in this direction. And again, stacking the top of the leg bones back over your heels, back over the back of your feet, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Hands can come into a T and gently hug the shoulders in towards each other. Also feel the rib cage hugging in and lifting and lengthening up to the top of the head. Breathing here. And then it's been a while, but do you remember Parsvakonasana? If so, left toes turn in, right toes turn out. Right knee tracks towards second or third toe, stacks on top of the ankle, right forearm to the right leg. Left leg also gently presses back. You can either bow inside the legs, lengthening the spine, or line your spine up with the legs. And then from here, shoulders on the back, and your left arm can stay by your hip, or if it feels okay for your shoulder, your left arm can stretch alongside by your ear. Breathing here. And then keeping the legs in this general position, rise up through the torso. Warrior two, just for a breath. And then from here, we'll go ahead and extend that right leg straighter. But be careful not to lock the knee. So if your knee is jamming backwards, soften through your knee joint, leaning into that right hip, lowering the right hand wherever it comfortably lands. Left arm comes forward, left arm bone and shoulder socket, and then only lifting the left hand up so it extends out of the chest. Breathing here. Lining your head and neck up. You can look down or you can look up, but just making sure your head and neck feel like they're in a nice place. And then we will look down. We'll reach the right arm forward out in front, and we'll bend the right knee, tracking it towards the second or third toe, coming back towards Parsvakonasana. Shift your weight into the right foot, coming up to the left toes. Feel free to stay here, or maybe hopping that left foot in a little bit, shifting more and more weight into that right foot. Flex your left toes, active through the toes, and then with your foot facing sideways, slowly start to lift that leg up. As your left leg lifts, your right hand might lower down to the ground. It might not reach the ground, or it might. Either way is fine. Looking down at the ground, turning the chest towards the sky. Breathe. And then soften that right knee, set the left foot down, and then coming all the way back up. Second side, you might have to adjust your set. So you might have to take a moment, line your feet up, open your legs back nice and wide apart. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out, starting with Parsvakonasana. Left knee bends, stacks on top of the ankle, points towards second or third toe. Right leg presses back, spine nice and long, maybe lining the torso up, shoulders on the back, maybe right arm by ear. Breathe. And then keep your legs in this position. They're rising up through the torso. And you can decide if you want to lean into that hip a little or not. And then straightening the left leg, leaning more into the left hip. Be careful not to lock the left knee. Left hand to wherever works for you. Chest turns open. Right arm forward, a right shoulder on the back. A right hand can float up here. Breathe in. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Then looking down at the ground, reaching for out in front of your left foot, bending that left knee, coming up to the right toes. And you might need to slide that foot in. And then feel free to keep the toes on the ground or flex the foot strongly and start to lift that foot up higher. As you lift the foot up higher, the left hand might come closer to the ground. Breathing here. And then softening, bending that left knee, lowering the right foot down, coming back up, lining your feet back up, toes facing forward, knees facing forward, soften through your knees, shoot your hips back, reach the arms way forward, coming into a forward fold, hands way out in front of you, or hands to the legs with the spine more in an extension. Breathing here. If you want to, with the hands on the ground, bend your knees and shift the weight more into the back of your feet so you can stretch out to the hips. You can do that. You do not have to. You don't have to do anything. Come back to weight balanced in the feet. If you did that, feel free to stay in a more extended spine position, hands on legs or floor. Or if you want to, again, think hips lifting up first and spine long when you first start to fold in, but maybe at the very end, gently let the back around if that feels okay for your body. Breathe. Mohawks make it easier to get head towards floor. Then when you're ready, inhale, come back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hug in through the core. And then inhale all the way up to standing. Soften your knees, heel toe, your feet in towards each other. Shake out the legs. Turn and face the front of the mat. Hips back over the back of your feet. Shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Breathing fully and deeply. And we will end with an Om. Exhaling. Inhale.